you, Toby Price?
All going good. Yeah, we're back home in Australia now, so happy days. All going well.
Now go on.
Yeah, I just got to ask, Dave, straight off. Australia are well known for their beaches and, the beautiful sand, especially over here in Perth. Can you step foot on a beach, mate? The amount of sand you must have seen over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that is one thing I don't want to be anywhere near sand or a motorcycle at the moment. So I love riding bikes, but my backside is definitely killing me right now from a motorcycle.
Gee, how long do you take off when you have done something huge like Dakar?
Normally, I'd like to try and take about probably 4 weeks off, and unfortunately, this year, our second round of the World Championship is in about 3.5 weeks, so that's in Abu Dhabi. So I've got to get ready for that one, and it ain't much of a break.
Jeez.
Now, mate, I've got a question for you. Now, it's quite random, actually, but it really, I can see the parallels between what I'm going to ask you. Mate, I was high-pressure hosing my backyard yesterday, and the vibrations when I was I actually got some sort of vertigo. Mate, how are you when you get off the motorbike going full throttle for so long?
Mate, that sounds like you got a good case of arm pump from the pressure washer. So, normally I get a little bit of that on the motorcycle as well. So we're riding anywhere up to 12 hours a day.
Amazing.
So it's a rough, long old trip, but it's one of them things you put yourself through. It's self-inflicted pain and torture, but at the end of the day, it's nice to have another one of these trucks.
Bloody
So
beautiful.
Yeah. That.
God, so what you said arm pump, that's just like the dealing with the suspension sort of thing, is that right? And you're talking about your bum being worn out. What else, like what does your body go through that we wouldn't even realise?
Yeah, so it's like arm pump is basically your muscle here in your arm has got like a small like sheath of skin around it, so you will just from hanging on, gripping so tight, trying to hang on the motorcycle for 12 hours, you basically just cuts the blood circulation off to your hands and makes your hands go numb. But the other bit is, pretty much got no skin on my backside right now. We call that a case of monkey butt. It's just basically bright red. And just mentally draining. So at the moment, I'm waking up at 3:00 in the morning here in Brisbane, and having a great time right now. So we'll be back into schedule soon and having a great time.
Mate, it was something that is astonishing for me when I do see the Dakar. I mean, there's not signs saying Cottesloe this way, Scarborough this way, Fremantle this way. What's the GPS sort of system like? It's surely just not aim at the sun and go full throttle when you'll hit the target.
I wish it was, because then that would be quite a good game. But no, it's very hard to explain and try and give people context of what really goes on. But it's basically, you've got to find these invisible waypoints. We usually have about a 90 to 200 meter radius point. So you've got to cross through that section of the racetrack that they've got marked in the road book. So if you don't validate those waypoints, then you get docked like a time penalty.
Yep.
And like I say, most of our days are anywhere from 400 to 700 kilometers per day. So it's long days. It's like riding from Brisbane to Sydney all in one day, and then turn around and riding back again the next day. So
with monkey
slightly rougher terrain. Yeah. And
slightly rougher terrain.
Just gonna say, so and how much would you burn, like calories wise, and how much are you eating to get through that sort of exertion day to day?
Look, honestly, I don't really wear any monitors while I'm riding or doing the event or race. So virtually my only go-to is just try and feed my face until I'm absolutely full and can't fit no more in.
What is it that you're eating?
At the end of the whole rally, we still lose anywhere from 6 to 8 kilos over the whole race. So it's pretty demanding on the body, that's for sure.
Geez, I might join the Dakar Rally. I've got a spare 8 I could lose. But say, mate, just a sort of a strange one. There's obviously you need to go use the toilet occasionally. When your foot to the floor, mate, what's the option? Down the bottom of the leg, or how's that play out?
Mate, nothing like that at all. So if you've got to go to the bathroom, it's either you've got to pull up and stop and let the top click away, or you've just basically got to follow through and just let it go. And then you're in for a bit of a mess for the rest of the day. So do that, that's for sure.
Man, yeah. And what about you call yourself a bush mechanic as well? And you guys, you've got to fix your own bikes. Is that right in this race?
Yeah, on some certain stages we do. They're called a marathon stage. So we'll leave our team and pit crew and everything the one morning, and then we will have a camp out basically one night away from the team, away from crews. So yeah, virtually got to work on our bike ourselves. So just basically do like oil changes, air filter change, and stuff like that. And then that where the bush mechanic kind of came from. I put a big slice in one of my tires, and I used about 40 to 45 zip ties to basically hold a rear tire on the bike, and made it all work. So it did 700 kilometers the next day, and that's hence the name Bush Mechanic. So yeah, we're quite good at that.
Mate, we're looking at you right now, and there's a motorbike sitting right behind you, and you see a Red Bull. I was only talking to a mate yesterday about Red Bull and how it'd be amazing to work with Red Bull, because what you hear is you don't usually get told no a lot. Like they're pretty amazing, the levels that Red Bull will go. What's it like being a Red Bull athlete?
Yeah, it's good. It's unbelievable. Like you say, if you can think up of a wild dream and a wild plan, 90% of the time, yeah, they'll if it hasn't been done before, then they'll try and pretty much follow through with it.
Yeah.
So not only that, they take good care of us when we're injured. So they've got great training facilities in US and in Austria that we can go and rehab and get all ourselves back up to scratch and ready to go for our next race. So it's yeah, definitely a great partnership to have on board. But yeah, sometimes I guess there's a lot of pressure to it as well to be a maniac and go full gas.
Now, I support Red Bull as well daily. That's my morning drink. I actually probably should be sponsored by them. Tell me this, because they sponsor so many great athletes, as you were just saying, Xav. Who do you get to meet each other at different things, and who's been your favourite if that's the case?
Yeah, like along the way we get to meet certain definite athletes and everything like that. So I'd probably say like the best athlete I met at that point in time would have been Daniel Ricciardo. So when he was already with us, and just super down to earth, chilled, loves to have a good laugh and have a bit of fun. And but yeah, hopefully one day, now he's back in at the Red Bull corner again, and hopefully we'll get to do some more adventures and more trips with him.
Now, mate, I've suffered, what did you call it, monkey bum before? Monkey bum.
How did you get monkey bum?
Well, walking around the zoo with the kids. and I went straight to the Bepanthen.
Bepanthen, that's the nappy rash.
It's the nappy rash stuff for kids, mate. Slap that on, and I can guarantee you the old monkey bum will be healed before you know it.
Mate, as soon as we're off this call, I'm going straight down to the shops and we'll be on. So, I
love it. How did Toby Price go? He shared with us his knowledge of bikes, and Xavier gave him some home remedies.
Yeah, mate, just slap it on, thick layer, and there'll be not a problem in the world. I'm back walking the zoo the next day.
We are chatting
Sign me up. I'm on.